a North London derby Sunday. Many great players for Arsenal have made themselves very popular amongst the fan base in these big games. Let's go through the 11. Let me start with you lot and who you want to see. But I think he could, if he scores the opening goal in the North London derby, or even if he scores, I know we all want to see him, announce himself here at Arsenal. And I think the best game to do that is the North London derby. So I'd go.
And listen, this is no shade on Ramsdale. Ramsdale could easily come in and do a very good job, but the manager gave him the starting berth last week. He come in, he looked really good. Could argue that he looked even better.
Hi, welcome back to AFTV and welcome back to the Predicted 11 show. Listen, it's a big one, the North London derby. No one really knows what Arteta is ever going to go with. So what we're going to do on this video, as always, I'm going to tell you what I want to see come Sunday. Laurie's going to give his 11, and then we're going to give what we think Mikel Arteta is going to go with. Now, it's a North London derby Sunday. Many great players for Arsenal have made themselves very popular amongst the fan base in these big games. Let's go through the 11. Let me start with you lot and who you want to see come Sunday.
Right, I know what 11 I want to go through. I'm just going to say I'm going for a 4-3-3. Do you want to name all the names, or you want to go
just
through
quickly
one
run
by
through.
one?
Just run through who you want to see. We'll go.
Right, number 1 in goal. I'm going David Raya. Possession. What do they say about possession? 9/10 of the law.
Yep.
Come in last week.
You need to get that tattoo.
Looked immaculate. Kept a clean sheet. Repeated that yesterday. Looks very confident. And listen, this is no shade on Ramsdale. Ramsdale could easily come in and do a very good job, but the manager gave him the starting berth last week. He come in, he looked really good. Could argue that he looked even better in the Champions League game. For me, he's got to keep his place.
Okay, just run through as quick as you can.
Right,
your
back
11
four.
that you want to see.
Back 4, Ben White, Saliba,
Yep.
Gabriel, Zinchenko.
Oh, yep, standard. Yep.
Midfield trio of Declan Rice,
Yep.
Martin Odegaard, Fabio Vieira.
Fabio Vieira. Okay.
Yeah, to me, listen, we can debate long and hard about Havertz. Havertz did okay yesterday, but he didn't do enough for me to suggest that he's going to displace Fabio Vieira from the starting 11. Fabio Vieira, this season, every time he's come in, he's looked really good. I'm going to go with Fabio Vieira. I think he also gives you a little bit more going forward in terms of breaking teams down. So yeah, I'm definitely going Fabio Vieira.
Okay, front three.
Up top, I'm going with Up top, I'm going with Bukayo Saka.
Yep.
Leandro Trossard, 2 in 2, look good, he's got to keep his place. And Gabriel Jesus through the middle.
Cool. Well, just to quickly go through mine, I'm going to keep this very short. So this may be a very short video, but the team we saw start the other day in the Champions League is the exact 11 I want to see in the North London derby.
So you're going to keep Havertz?
Yeah, I'm going to keep Havertz in. I feel like,
Explain.
Arteta might have rotated for, the North London derby, but I think what I saw from that performance, I think everyone deserves to keep their shirt. They had an amazing game. The players that were pivotal to the goals and contributing to them deserve to keep their spot. And Havertz, no, he didn't do that. He didn't contribute to the goals. I just think to keep him, confidence high, he seemed like he was playing with confidence. Didn't do nothing amazing, but he didn't do nothing bad in the Champions League game. So I think he deserves to keep his spot. And if I'm honest, and I've been Havertz one of his biggest critiques, I really feel he could announce himself at Arsenal in that game. I know it's a big ask, it's a big if, but I think he could. If he scores the opening goal in the North London derby, or even if he scores, I know we all want to see him, announce himself here at Arsenal. And I think the best game to do that is the North London derby. So I'd go with the exact same 11. I'll keep it very, very simple, very, very brief. And quickly, Ramsdale, David Raya. I don't want Ramsdale to get any disrespect because he's been superb. He doesn't deserve to be dropped, but I don't know what it is inside me. There's a feeling when he's there, I'm like, it's only been a few games. He hasn't yet been tested either.
Feeling of empathy, is it?
It's just, no, it's Raya's, it's just distribution and the way he high claims when he comes out and he commands his box. I have liked. Not to say that Aaron Ramsdale doesn't do that, but I think Raya keeps his spot. I want to see him tested against a real opposition. He hasn't been tested, so keep his spot, but hope to see Ramsdale back in as number one, in a number 1 shirt very soon for Arsenal. But let's go to the main part of this video. The main reason is what we think Mikel Arteta is going to go with. How do we get inside his head and think, who is he going to pick for this North London derby? Let's start with the goalkeeper, Laurie. Who do you think Mikel Arteta is going to go with? Do you think he goes back and reverts to Aaron Ramsdale? He hasn't played in a long time, Aaron Ramsdale. I think it's been about a month. Been about a month he hasn't played for Arsenal. So does he go back to that, or does he stick with David Raya, do you think? Because I firstly think he goes with Raya.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes trying to second guess what Arteta does is really difficult. Because I was saying that obviously Raya got the starting berth for the Everton game. We all thought he was going to rotate and go with Ramsdale for the Champions League game.
Yep.
He crept Raya in. It's difficult to see how you leave him out. No, I think I'm going to stick with Raya, man.
So you think Mikel Arteta's going to go right? I think he'll stick with Raya as well. Okay, let's go to right back. Benjamin White, for me, I feel like Arteta will stick with. I don't think there'll be much change there. Tomiyasu is available, but I don't think there's going to be much change there. So you agree with that?
I do.
Okay, the back two.
To me, that's a no-brainer. No.
Joking. Gabriel and William Saliba, I'm sure.
It's no coincidence we looked a lot more solid since those two have linked back up.
Yeah,
He's
agreed.
got to keep that back.
Agreed.
To me, that's one of the best centre-back pairings in the whole of the Premier League.
And
I
obviously-
think with John Stones being out, I'm struggling to think of a better one. John Stones for City, obviously.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, Gabriel Magalhaes might be up against his Brazilian partner in Richarlison if he starts. Be a good battle, be a feisty one, because them two I know will get each other.
It's going to be a feisty game.
It will be a feisty game. And Saliba and next to him.
Saliba for me currently is the best centre back in the Premier League.
I agree with that massively as well. Let's go to left back. Does Zinchenko keep his spot in the Arsenal team?
Yes, for me, I think he does.
Keep him?
Inverted fullback, does his thing. Yeah, man, he's got to start for me, and I'm pretty sure he will.
But yeah, Mikel Arteta will go with him. Okay, so Declan Rice, I think he's going to keep...
That's
listen,
another
goes
no-brainer.
without
That's
saying.
another brainer.
He might be second on the team. Second on the team sheet. I know Saka will be in there, Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, there's a few that are no-brainers, and he's one of them.
Yeah, he's one of them. Okay, so Declan Rice. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit more tricky. Obviously, Martin Odegaard will keep his spot as captain probably as well, I'm sure. But Havertz or Fabio Vieira or a Trossard or a Emile Smith-Rowe. I know it's coming off that position, but what do you think Mikel Arteta is going to go with come Sunday?
You know what? I think he'll go with Vieira. I think
Do
that
you?
he rotated during the week. Thank you very much.
Come on, you got it.
I think he rotated during the week. And I think that Fabio Vieira will get the starting berth on Sunday.
Okay, Fabio Vieira. Will Arteta change it? Will he change it or will he stick with his guy Havertz? The stubbornness tells me he'll stick with Havertz, but Fabio Vieira deserves to be in this side. He's been so good since he's been starting for Arsenal. Do we think Fabio Vieira? I think Fabio Cecil, physical game in that midfield, but he done well even when it was physical against Everton. Okay. Fabio Vieira, we'll go with Fabio Vieira. I'll take what you think Mikel Arteta will go with. Front three, Kai Saka keeps his spot, of course. I think Arteta's not going to change that.
Doesn't seem to want to drop Saka at any time.
Nah. It'd be nice.
But noticeably, Saka in the last couple of games is starting to look back to his best. Took the goal against PSV the other day, a cute angle on his right foot. A lot of people seem to be overlooking that. He's looking like he's coming back to his best. And listen, man, he's one of the best right wingers in world football today. So he's got to play.
He'll be mad to drop Bukayo Saka, and I think he'll keep his spot. Mikel Arteta, what do you think he'll do coming on to the left side of this Arsenal attack? Does it's obviously Trossard? For me, it has to be the obvious pick, but I want people to just...
That's almost a no-brainer with Martinelli being out injured.
But I do want people, please, to not disrespect Gabriel Martinelli. I know I saw some things online that, Trossard's been phenomenal, especially in that game against PSV in the Champions League, but let's not forget how good Martinelli has been as well.
Listen, ordinarily, he would have gone for Martinelli, I think.
Yeah.
Because with Martinelli, he's a bit more explosive, he's a bit more direct. But Trossard's come in, 2 goals in 2 games, looks good. We all know his quality. Some people are saying, and I wouldn't necessarily disagree, that he's probably the best finisher at the club. So he's got to start.
Okay.
Start.
Number 9, Eddie or Jesus?
Well, everybody watching, everybody who knows me knows that I'm a keen advocate for Eddie. I like what he brings to the team. However, Gabriel, he's the senior guy, and he has that type of game where he can unlock defences. He's mercurial, man. He can do things with a ball that very few people can do. In a game like this, where it's going to be quite tight, I think he's got to start.
I think he's going to start. So you think he's going to start with?
I think the manager will start him for sure. I would start him.
And I agree with that. Okay, now we are coming towards the end of our predicted 11 and what we thought Mikel Arteta will go with. But before we finish up, it's a feisty game. It's a North London derby, Laurie. I'm going to throw in there might be no red cards. But if there's going to be a red card because it's such a feisty game, who do you think potentially, for both sides, because I can see, I don't know what it is. I don't want to wish it upon them, but the way, the new rules, the discipline and no time wasting, I feel like there's a red card in this game. Who do you think that'll go to? Do you think is there a name that comes to the forefront of your mind? Yes.
But you know what? I'm going to say this, even though I'm a big fan of his, Gabriel's
Gabriel, I know.
he's got to tone it down a bit, man. We don't listen. He's a big, strong guy. He loves a tackle, and he does get quite intense. And this game, they don't come any more intense than this.
Yeah.
And I could just see him and Richarlison going at it, man.
No,
I could see them going at it. So, yeah.
I 100% agree. I am. Sorry. 100% agree. I just saw the ref is Rob Jones. And
I nearly got my Gabriel on right there.
There you go, your angry mode on. But yeah, I just wanted to see who you thought would get a red card because for me, Gabriel, I think the Brazilians are very passionate and they understand it's a derby. So I feel like it's either going to be presented a Brazilian player or or whoever's on the side defending against Bukayo Saka. But I just want to throw that little bit of a spin in there.
I think as well with Gabriel is that sometimes I don't think he's a nasty player, but I think he loves a tackle. And if the ball's there to be won, he's going to try and win it, no matter what the situation. And I just think sometimes, you know what it's like, man. But I'm hoping that he will keep his head. He will, you know what I mean, be alert, be vigilant, don't do anything silly, especially early on, because in these kind of games, if you get booked early, especially playing in a position like that, the opposing manager's going to say, listen, man, target him, go for him, run at him, try and get him to do something silly, make a foul, whatever. So Gabriel, the manager will have to be in his ear and say, listen, man, we appreciate everything you bring to the team. We love your physicality. We love your intensity, but keep it locked and
keep
loaded.
A cool head.
Yeah.
Well, listen, that's it for this Predicted 11. Now, obviously, if you want to give us your Predicted 11, go on the AFTV Plus app, go on the 11 selector, and do your Predicted 11. And please screenshot it, tag us on Instagram, tweet me, tweet AFTV, because if you get it right, because it's so difficult to get what Mikel Arteta's thinking right, if you get it right, I'm sure we'll be able to pop it up on the show, even in the starting 11, or, we can reshare it on our social media platforms as well. So make sure you get involved. I'll be doing mine on the AFTV Plus app after this video. And then also in the comments, just a little added thing, let us know who you think we might get a red card. It is the North London derby. It's going to be physical. It's going to be feisty. Let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you like the video. And let's hope Arsenal can continue their unbeaten run and get 3 points against them lot down the road. Take care.